Welcome to our third Cybersecurity Industrial Talk. My name is Michael, and once again, we have an exciting topic in the field of cybersecurity. It is a topic that's on everyone's lips right now: the impact of artificial intelligence on the threat landscape in the cyberspace. What do you think about artificial intelligence in industry? Do you see the benefits, or do you fear the risks? My guest in this talk is Boris Scharinger, an absolutely expert for artificial intelligence at Siemens. Hello, Boris.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. Boris, technology markets see currently a disruption by a new generation of AI models. Can you tell us, why do foundation models start a new technology era?
Yeah, of course. They are just so great. So great in how they work with language, both on the input side and some of them on the output side. You can use them for different modalities. You can generate images, you can generate texts. But the new level of quality is really they can interact with humans, and you don't know if you are, as a human, interacting with another human or with a system. And that's a whole dimension. To give you one example, more or less the last 40 to 50 years of user interface design in software have been spent, invested, because software was not able to communicate with humans using language, right? We have all these user interfaces, those masks, those fields, those like how your screen looks like. And now we see a new generation of AI, and you can dictate in natural language what you are, what you like to see being provided by the software. So powerful. So it will really change the way how humans interact with software in the long run.
So really a new era, right?
Indeed.
So, and I was wondering, and maybe you can explain it, what shall we understand when we talk about generative AI, and why is it such a big trend right now?
It's generative AI because it generates content, it generates images, it generates language. So that's the headline. Large language models, primarily because they have been trained using so many documents, scraping the internet. So they are really, really good in working with language.
Mm-hmm. And why does this, or what does this mean for cybersecurity? And let's start maybe with the bad news. How will cybersecurity attacks evolve?
Large language models certainly will become a very, very powerful tool for hackers, right? If we look at the typical forensics of hacking attacks, they start with the human. They start with social engineering. They start with phishing emails. There is the wonderful prince from Nigeria who's asking for help. And up to now, we really had that situation that users could distinguish between, is this serious content or is this a hacker attempt, by looking at language, by, spotting grammar errors, by spotting typos and all of that stuff. Now, this will go away. In the hands of hackers, large language models will produce so perfect emails targeting you as an individual to act that we see a new quality in how these types of phishing attacks will be run.
So you cannot distinguish, is that a human or an AI then?
Very difficult. You could even tell a large language model, phrase me an email in Siemens typical language, to attack an employee of Siemens. And it will do a little bit of that and work a little bit of Siemens slang into it.
That's really, really interesting.
Yes.
So can generative AI be leveraged to defend us against next generation of cyber attacks?
Yeah, that's the good news. Lucky us. The same powerful tool can be used by us as the defenders. Of course, we can start large language models analyzing your emails, understanding intent, understanding, for example, sentences that create urgency. And simply by understanding intent and understanding urgency, we can establish another alert, another warning sign. Dear user, please double check twice if this email is a hacking attempt or not, because everything that the large language model can read out of the email will, it's suspicious. Yeah. So we can use that analytically. We can also look into the system level and see, so many diverse pieces of software are producing log files in very diverse formats with very diverse semantics. Large language models can also help on the system level to correlate events, log file driven, to understand hacking attacks a bit better than today.
So a lot of things are going on, and I understand there's hope, Boris, right?
There is hope indeed if we all start to enter the needed learning curve now. I think it's very dangerous to lean back and maybe wait for commercial offerings. Yes, there will be commercial offerings. Commercial offerings are in preparation. But every organization needs to go through the learning curve to really understand what generative AI means. We need to go through learning curves to educate our employees and users about the new dangers, about the new risks, make them aware, but also train them to understand how powerful large language models can be as a tool for their work.
So don't lean back. I think this is a very interesting sentence. And I think that's true for cybersecurity in total, right? You need to act, and also on artificial intelligence, as we hear. The fear is real. It's increasing more and more.
Yeah.
So we need to be prepared.
And one last statement on that topic, not leaning back. You know, many of the hacking attempts, primarily when driven by nations, are asymmetrical, right? You have a power asymmetry. And we can only work with and against this asymmetry by partnering. Yeah, I can mention the Charter of Trust, and there are many forms of partnering. My point is also in the space of AI, leverage ecosystem partners to help you starting and to help you on the learning curve and to help you with implementation.
That's very true. Thanks a lot, Boris, for those insights. A very interesting topic on AI. So you heard it, ecosystem and partnering is very important. So we will invite you to collaborate with us as your trusted partner for cybersecurity. And please don't forget, you can contact us at any time. I'm really looking forward to welcome you to our next Cybersecurity Industrial Talk session. And I can promise you it will be as interesting as the artificial intelligence talk today. Thank you very much, and goodbye.